Who is to blame? Who is to blame for the current situation that animators are dealing with in the anime industry, where they are being overworked and underpaid? Now, some persons have interesting perspectives on it. For example, one popular One Piece animator called Vincent Chansard wants to blame the studio, especially Mappa, was one of his interesting quotes that we discussed recently. Then we have another anime director who is working on season 5 of the anime called Kingdom, who goes by the name of Junarai. He points the finger at you anime fans.
How dare you?
You are the ones to blame for what is going on with animators. But now we have a new perspective. And here's something very interesting to add to this overall discussion.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. So the person who we are talking about goes by the name of Mamoru Yokota. His credentials are that he is an animation director and he has worked on projects like Naruto and also on One Piece Film Red as well as One Piece Stampede. So here he starts off by throwing a little shade at Vincent Chansard's statement concerning Mappa. Says, and I quote, regarding the declaration by overseas animators saying, I won't work for this company anymore. While the work environment and such is one thing, how were the conditions when the work was first ordered? If it met the expectations for the job, then isn't it the fault of the director, production or production committee rather than the production company? If there was slashing of pay or delays or exploitation, then that's one thing, but otherwise, end quote.
What do you mean by that?
So what I get from this quote is that people are accepting bad standard. So let's say, for example, an anime project has been accepted by this particular studio and they would have laid out when this project has to be completed, how many episodes. And if nobody voices a complaint saying that, hey, this is unacceptable or we can't meet that deadline. If nobody says nothing, then the work will continue. And all those persons working behind the scenes, not just the top dog, but those who working behind the scenes, the finger has to be pointed at them for these bad working conditions.
Please, sir, I want some more.
Don't worry, little boy. Mr. Yokoto has many more things to say on this topic. And I would like to put this or define this second quote as, put your money where your mouth is. So here's what he continues by saying, and I quote, if you say I am the standard, of course talking about persons who like to complain about anime studios, then you need to form a company and become a flag bearer for the working environment, right? I told this to other people before and they got mad at me, he added, end quote. Now there have been some animators who have recently done exactly that. They have put their money where their mouth is. They have left those big studios and have decided to make their own, but only time will tell if they will continue the bad tradition or will they break the mold and create a better, more safer work environment. And finally, out of all the things that he said, I think this one is my favorite. I understand some people can't negotiate beforehand before causing a ruckus, but then get friends who can do it or hire an agent. You have to do something. After that, it takes courage to refuse. Whether you do it or not is up to you. If things go south, the production company is the one in trouble. Yeah, so stand up for your rights. That's basically his point, because at the end of the day, no animators means no anime, and the production company suffers. So we come back to the same question that we asked at the beginning of this video. Who really is to blame for the problems that animators are dealing with in this industry? Do we point the finger at the studio? Do we point the finger at anime fans? Or do we point the finger at animators not standing up for their rights? I would love to hear your comments in the comment section. Of course, we have 2 other videos that talk about this same subject that we mentioned at the beginning of this video. Check it out. And don't forget to kamehameha the subscribe button. So that's it. I'll go on.